Hey, 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 we are here for the August Behind the Design journal reveal. And so I'm here with Amy Mead, and we just did celebrations, but we're going to do super quick because this is on the recording. So hashtag replay for everyone watching this. So, Amy, what can I celebrate with you? What can we celebrate together?
Um, I'm celebrating that the sun is shining today. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm excited.
That's awesome. I will celebrate that with you. And that is happening over here too. It's so pretty that so our new, well, my old house new to Brian and Knox, the shade, because there's like really, really old trees. So the shade is amazing because it lets the sun come through. So I will celebrate being able to be outside and enjoying outside because we didn't do that much at our old house. So we're going to dive into August, and August is all about build. So, when we think of building is actually one of my favorite things to do. I never, when I was younger, I didn't think that I liked to build. Like I didn't play with the Legos or the, things like that. But I love to build from the inside out. And so that is a really fun thing about this month's journal, building from the inside out, that it's to be able to design it with intention. And the inspiration that came from it is our managing contributor Laura. She's known in the community as LT. So her action hour, her theme, her focus is build. And so just to go through, we always start with a letter. We start with a welcome letter, and just asking, what are you building? To think about the things in our life that we're building. What are we putting intention behind what we're building? So building great relationships, building great friendships, building a great business, whatever that looks like, a home life, building a great home life. How can we focus on that and be intentional about that in this month? So that is the first. It's a letter from Beck and myself, and then the next page is reflections. So July reflections. We always have reflections, and this is in our culture code. So it's designed with our culture code in mind. Where was I present? Wins I will celebrate. Best connections made. I'm grateful for. Favorite moments made. Vision I will build. Where was I stronger together? So to be able to sit in the moments and to say, I believe that when we're building the future, it's really important to see where we've been, right? It's really important to see the foundation that's been laid. It's really important to see like cracks in foundation, that there are some cracks in the foundation. I just thought of, okay, so I love the fun things that come as we talk about this. I believe it's like a Japanese practice, is that when a bowl cracks, they actually fill it, or they used to, I don't know if they still do, but they fill it with gold. And so you see the cracks, but it becomes this beautiful piece of art. And so as we're building, I'm like tearing up. As we're building, what are the things that are pieces of art in our lives that may have felt like they were cracks, or they were cracks, and how are we filling them to build in the future? So that is fun for me right now. Like we're gonna sit in this moment of what could be the gold cracks, the cracks that are filled with gold.
Yeah, and I love that too. They actually say it makes the piece more valuable because now you've added the gold to it. And I was just thinking about that. We were talking about, I was on vacation last week and all these like antique stores and how these older things, like these just old things,
Yeah.
are more valuable because
Yes.
they have that history and all of
Yes.
that.
Yeah. They have that life, like the life that they've lived, the experience that, that pieces have had, but they have a story to tell. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. So then what we have is we have our 3 month at a glance. And so this is to use however you would like to use it. It was requested as a design. And so I love that it's in here because you can track things. You can put important dates. You could put things that you need to prep for. I love color coding. So you could color code it with something. And then there's also space to write notes. So the beautiful thing about this is that you can track whatever you want to track and then write notes about it. So so here's the thing, suggestions are always, always, always welcome, and requests are always welcome. And I love that we get to do this together and it gets to unfold together. So our next sheet is the month. So it's a bigger month. It's the month that we're in is highlighted. So this is for August. Excuse me, and it's got important dates on the side. So that is a huge thing. Like if that's a family calendar, if that's a personal care calendar, if that's a business calendar, to be able to track, who do you need to connect with to move things forward, or whatever that looks like. For me, important dates, the 25th of August, I'm having heart surgery. So that is an important date that I am putting on here. And then as we have these as a time capsule that we can look back and we can say, these were important dates and this is what the results were from it. So the bullet journal and themed planner is also like a time capsule. So I love thinking about this page that I will have that date on there and that my life will be changed after that. So that is just a little personal behind the design in that. And then we have our intentions. So this is again a consistent page in the journal. Intentions. So I will be stronger in, I believe, is that changed or is that what it says?
It says I will build.
Good. Okay, cool. I am looking off of, so my journal is packed, haven't found it yet. So I'm going off of my design and yay, I changed that for the print. Woo woo. It's just not in the layout of the computer. So I will build. Good. So knowing what we're going to build. What will we build this month intentionally? Where will we build? What quality relationships will we build? What will we build for physical health? What will we build in professional goals? And what will we build in our money mindset? So in that, like we had talked about, the foundations in each of those areas, if the foundation has not been strong, maybe it's time to pour the gold on it to make it stronger and make it more valuable to be able to build in the future on that. So like money mindset is such a huge thing. Professional goals, to be able to know, okay, this is where I'm going. This is where I've been. This is where I'm going. So that's, I'm obsessed with the word build. So, and just what it stands for. So this is our first coloring page. So I love how much words matter. And so in this, it is a great day to be proud of what you're building. It is, yeah, I love it. That's amazing. Amy just shared her colored in. Oh, that reminds me. So everyone that is watching this on the replay, would you be able to take pictures of your favorite pages of the journals and a selfie with the cover of the journals? Like, so August, but then any other journal that you've had too, because we are looking to do some marketing things with it. So that would be amazing if hashtag replay, if you are able to do that, that would support us really well. So, and I love seeing things colored in, and I love being able to see the like inspiration behind the design and then see these come to life, and that each of us gets to add our personality and all of the things to it. So our next page, the reason that we have a lighthearted coloring page before the goals is that we want you to be able to access both sides of your brain, right? There are times where goals can feel heavy. There are times where when you know, okay, this is what I need to do, and it can feel heavy. So lighten it up by coloring, right? Lighten it up by filling in the blanks. And I've now changed the words so that those can be colored in too. So the goals and good, better, best, and celebrate, improve, and plan. So that while you're filling that out, you can even color those in, so to make it more fun and to make it like, I love goal setting. I love being able to say, okay, this is the good. And I think we explained last month, but the good is what must be done. The better is typically double the good. Okay. So the better is you're living in the bonus, where the must do is taken care of. And then there's bonus. So these can be goals about money. These can be goals about your health. These can be goals about, any goal that you have. So for me now, making my bed, because we don't live in a closet, our bed isn't in a closet anymore. So it's easier to make. So that's going to be one of my monthly goals, is that I want to make my bed every day. So the best would be every day. The good would be, 2 times a week. The better would be 4 times a week, and then the best would be every day. So you take the good, which is the must do, then the better is double the good, and then the best is double the better. And so that is a really easy way to scale your money, to scale your income, to scale what you receive and what you charge. Because so many times we don't count our value, we discount it. So when you're thinking of value for that and what you're going to put out there for our entrepreneurs, what you charge, or business owners, what you charge, what you ask to receive in investment, so many times it's easy to downplay that. So you could start with, hey, here's the good. This is what I absolutely need. This is the better. This gives me bonus. And this is the best. Like, I absolutely would love this. So this is another conversation. Maybe we put a pin in this for the design hours, but how to get to your best amount in a natural flow, using a beta program. So let's put a pin in there, because that could be a great design mastermind. So that is the goals. And if you can't tell, I love goals. Passionate about it. Like, no matter what, this needs to be in there. Our next page is all about, so this is how colorful are your finances? Really, to be able to say, going from the good, better, best goals, and then also being able to receive what you need, what you want, and what you can give, right? So what you need, I think that's the first time I've said that. So the good could be what you need, the better could be what you want, and then the best could be what you can give. So like there's a lot of extra, that could be that. So in this page, you get to determine what each succulent needs, right? So for those who have been experiencing lower months, maybe you want to have a lower amount for the succulent so that you can color in more. Or maybe you want to keep it the same amount no matter what, so you can say, oh, okay, last month was a low month, or last month was an amazing month and I need to draw more succulents in. like how fun to be able to use this exactly how you want to use it. So then you could either do it as you go, or you could do it at the end of the month and be able to say the total amount earned and then color it all in, however you want to do it. So that is, again, like, so that we can experience things on both sides, that we each get to touch and feel the energy of money, the lack and the excess, and we each get to touch that. So why not make it fun? And then our next page is all about budgeting. So having a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Thank you, Dave Ramsey. So that is, how many times do we think, oh wait, like that was just there, where did it go? So now being able to tell your money where to go, so the item, what was planned and what was actually spent, and then to be able to colorfully check off the check boxes or the check marks too. So we're moving on to our mood tracker. Our mood affects so much. And there are times in my life, this is really important to me, because there are times in my life where I didn't see the correlating things. And this is a way that you can see, okay, my mood was this. I was excited a lot, or I was not, like didn't want to get out of bed, or fill in the blank, everything in between. The example is buildable. When do we have a buildable mood where we're ready, excited to build? And so then you get to fill in the different moods that you have, and then color in the mood tracker. So, and then moods are so correlated to habits. Like I know in my life they are, and so which comes first, the mood or the habit? Like the chicken or the egg, like which comes first? I don't know. That's a good question. To Yeah, Amy, do you think which one do you think comes first?
I don't know. I guess like my first thought was, well, the mood comes first, because then like your mood signals when you want to create a new habit.
Yeah, yeah,
So
totally.
if you're feeling really tired, then you can create some sort of habit to like feel more energized, like getting more
Yeah,
sleep or spending more time outside. So
yeah, yeah, totally, totally. Maybe that's why I have mood first, because I've always been like, my mood determines a lot of things. Like since I was young, it was the emotion, but emotion and mood are different. But yeah, like the mood. So I think that's why I have it first. And then I know people that are like, well, my habit determines everything, because if I went off of my mood, I would never do anything or never create, like, yeah. So I'm with you. And I think that there's people that would say that the habit comes first too.
yeah, I think for me, yeah, I definitely felt the mood. And then I was thinking like the reason that you set goals and create habits is so that if you have a mood shift, like you
Yeah.
still have the habit. So it's like you do it anyway. And then
Yes.
your mood like adjusts with
It follows. Yeah. 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 That's really it, because I've never thought of that in all of the journals. That's awesome. So then we've got feeling my body. So this is a place where
So
you
can
can,
I
oh
share
yeah,
one thing? So
yes,
this
please.
is the first month. This is not my first month using the habit tracker, but
Yeah.
this is my first month filling in the why is this important to me?
Yes.
And it made such a difference to say like why do I want to create this habit?
Yes.
And I'm like, why didn't I do this before?
Yeah. I mean, it's a learning, it's a like monthly growth in it,
Mhm.
that the words are there for a reason, and they show up in the timing that they need to in our lives, you know, because we've all had blank pages where we're like, why wasn't I using this the whole time? And then you're like, oh, okay, this is so, yeah, why is this important to me? Because when we know the why behind it, then we can continue it, you know. And this is something that I learned from Becky, who learned from, I think, Tony Robbins and Dean, I can't remember his last name, but that the 7 layers of why. And so in that, when there's something that you haven't been able to fully get to the answer of, like we'll ask each other with things of OPWP or in life, or that we'll ask each other the question, why is that important? And then so the answer is, it is important because, and then you do that 7 times. So we literally will write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to find the root of why it's important. Because if we don't know the root, how can we, like, it could be a weed or it could be an amazing wildflower, you know? And so being able to know the root of it, then we can know if we want to pluck it or if we want to water it in the sunlight and all of the things that we were talking about before. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, because that's a huge, like, that's where that comes from, is to know that when we know why behind the habits we want to create, it's easier to complete them. So it's awesome. So then fueling my body, this can be, so the intention behind this is for food, because food equals fuel. It could also be like, what fuels your body in having fun? What fuels your body in, you know, drinking enough water? Like that is one of the things. So this can be exactly what you need it to be. Fueling your body. It can be for a meal plan. It can be to track different things, or, you know, walking outside. Excuse me, not sure, you know. So that's the intention behind it, is with food. And no matter what, it's yours. So in all the things, the journal is yours to make it yours. So then we've got the one sentence, like the one liner for the day. And that, so for this month, what did I actively build today? So relationship, nature, peace sign, like building putting up the curtains. So we built, you know, like protection or safety or privacy. That's the word that I'm looking for, you know. So in that, what are the things that you built? So those are your one liners.
Like you just knew that I put the peace sign for yesterday.
Totally there. Totally there. I love it. And then celebrating how you show up for yourself at the bottom of that, of the one liner, to be able to say you are worth it to show up for yourself in all the different levels. And then we've got for everyone watching on the replay, this is our weekly just to do. So this is the, like, get business done, get shit done, get all your stuff. So and it shows the week of the year. So that is, so starting off week 31, and the top line is, what is your purpose for the week? And so in purpose, what is your purpose for the week? Like, my purpose for this week is to make this house my family's home. You know, Brian and I have said we're going to do that by unboxing 4 boxes a day. You know, like, yeah, we could sit around and we could not do it, but it's going to benefit everybody to make this house our home. And so that's the purpose for this week. And then having 3 must-dos and your 1 bonus. So every single day, 3 must-do, 1 bonus. And then what's your intention for the week? My intention for this week is to enjoy the time together that we're doing it. So, like, with our 2-year-old, with the ins and outs of staying up late at night to get shit done, and there we go. So what is the intention behind it? And then being able at the bottom of the page, the V is for victories, the I is for improvement, and the P is for plan. So what was something good in your day? What can you improve on? When we're able to look at the things that we can improve on, and we know that every single one of us needs improvements daily, like that is such a strong and powerful thing. And then instead of sitting with that and thinking, okay, I didn't do this, but the mindset of, I will improve on fill in the blank. And then what's the plan? Is the plan to give yourself space or time to be able to make that improvement? Is the plan that you will, for me, that I'll wake up 5 minutes earlier than I have been, and do that for a week until I'm waking up an hour earlier, like, so typically I'm all or nothing, and I'm learning to live in the middle. So what are the things that we can plan for that? Does that sit well with you, the victories, improvement, and plan? Awesome. And then we've got our connection hour, and this is only available to our community, because it is a personalized, it's a tight knit, like you get to bear all if you want to, or bear some if you want to, like we all get to give a piece of our soul in the connection time. And so in that, this is for notes to be able to say, who do I want to connect with? And if you're not at the level up level or a member of the community, this is a great place to take notes on connections that you make out in life, in life and in business and in all of that. This is a great place to take notes. I've even taken notes on it, for like meetings and stuff. So gotta share that. There have been some months where I forgot my journal during that time, and so it's filled with meeting notes. So at the bottom of each of our level up hours, we've got that's the symbol, like the light bulb is the symbol for think tanking. And so to be able to take notes on that, or to see like life-changing things, or just to have another note page in the journal. So we've got week 32 and the same thing as before. And then we have got our networking hour. And our networking hour, super excited that the connection hour and networking hour are during the day, and our strategy hour and growth hour are also during the day. So this is by design so that we're able to spend the evenings. Beck and I were noticing that our families were suffering. And so there was a lot of nighttime hours put into OP. And so we decided to turn it to the day. So super excited for that. So again, networking hour that can be used outside of OP, but it's an amazing place to be able to say, okay, how can I serve this person? What can I give? What can I receive? Who do I need? All of that. So okay, so that's all the monthly stuff. So we're gonna get into this is one of I love this, the coloring pages. So this is just the beginning. Yeah, I love it.
I
The
love
best.
the coloring pages. As soon as I get my journal, I like go to find the coloring pages to see.
It's so awesome. It's so fun to create them. The best is on its way. This is something that I use all the time with building, is to know that this is the beginning. The best is always on its way. So no matter what stage of building I'm in, no matter what stage of design I'm in, the best is always on its way. Like there are ideas that are floating. There are, we each have 24 hours in the day. And so there's only so much that we can do, and the best will be tomorrow, and the best will be tomorrow. So living in the moment, being present in the moment. And that, I love that you love the coloring pages. That's some of my favorite. So
I find like anything I can to color. So even like the level up hours. So like I color in like, and then I outline And then this month, because I like was in a creative mood, I did
Yeah.
different colors for each hour.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. That is like after my own heart. That's awesome. So, Level Up Strategy Hour, that's where we do a guided mastermind about the month theme. So, this month it'll be build. And that is always the third Tuesday of each month at 2 p.m. So, no matter when, and we have that structured on purpose, that no matter if there's 5 weeks, if there's 4 weeks, it's not every other, it's the first, second, third, and fourth. So, oh my word, this next coloring page, I was so excited to create. So I need to let you know. So LT loves horses and she will be building a business around horses. And just super excited for that for her. So this says, so it starts with unicorns. I'll look back at today with a smile. And then because it is life and I choose to live. So, in that, looking back at today during this moment, it is life and I choose to live. I'm going to give you y'all a little bit deeper, a lot deeper on this. My brother is in this journal. He has got lymphoma and he had unicorn donor CAR T cells. So every time that I see a unicorn now, I think of my brother. So the unicorn page is in honor of my brother. And then the horse is in honor of LT. So I started with just the horses and I was like, here's a unicorn. So that is in honor of my brother.
This one's still in progress because I decided to do like a black and white with the hot pink, and
Yeah.
it takes more time than you would think.
Yeah. Well, because you got to figure out what touches what
Right.
and how do you. Yes.
And then it was like, oh well, this is easy because like it's just like the same sections in each one.
Yeah.
And then this one is going the opposite direction. And I was like, damn it, now I gotta like mirror image it.
You're like, Suze, what did you do? That's awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it. So yeah, that is my favorite coloring page that I've ever created. So it's with that in mind and just always like knowing what it's gonna bring out in each person. So and the quote too is, I'll look back at today with a smile. And my brother and his fiance Allie, they have decided that they're taking every single day, they're going to live it, truly live it to the fullest. And it is what it is, you know. So the because it is life and I choose to live. That's heavy for my brother too. So awesome. I can't wait to see those pages done. Awesome. So then we have got, for note taking, we've got to use for whatever you'd like. We've got our community culture code: be present, celebrate wins, create connections, give gratitude, share moments, build vision, stronger together, and this is our community. So to be able to know that this is our community, to be present, celebrate wins, share moments, give gratitude, share moments, all the other things that I just said. So then we have got our growth hour, which last night we actually decided, we got a great description of the growth hour. And that will be featured on our new website. Woo woo. So it was described as a mini workshop and had the feeling of a mini retreat. I was like, that is amazing. That is so fun. So check out our new website for that information on the growth hour. And then we've got the weeks, and then this coloring page. So this is a duplicate of a coloring page from before, but it was loved so much, I brought it back. So it says, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life that is calling to you to live. Yeah. Oh my word. I love it. I love the color. That makes my heart so happy. And then here we have got our think tank. So this is at the end of the month to be able to say, okay, what came through this month that I need to focus on in the future? You know, what are the things, what are my ideas that are coming to mind, that are coming to my heart, that are there continuously, that I need to pay attention to? So so that is the think tank, like
So
to.
I did the color coded level up hours,
Yeah.
and then I took one color from each level up hour to do the think tank.
What? Oh my word.
I was all over the journal this month coloring.
Yes, yes, I love it. That's so amazing. Like, that makes me so happy, so beyond happy. Because you never know, like, it's your baby going out there, and you never know how it'll be received, or, colored in, or, yeah, all of that. So that's awesome. And this is where, so we are giving information now too on the journal. So at the end, excuse me, this is where names and businesses and all of that. So this is where the promotion will be at the end. So super excited about that. So do you have any, Amy, do you have any favorites, or like you shared as we were going through things that were drawn out in you?
Um, yeah, I mean, some of it. So I do like other journaling.
Yeah.
So and some of it, like the finance pages, I haven't been using.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what can I do with that? So um, I'm just using the succulent page as a coloring page. And
Cool.
then for the page with the like check marks
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the budget items, I'm doing this 21-day meditation challenge. So I just put like 1 through 21 for days, and then I'm just tracking
That's
on
awesome.
those. So I
Yeah.
just like decided, like, well, like especially this month, like how can I use this month to
Yes.
support me? So I'm trying to
Exactly.
use all of the pages this month.
That's awesome. I love that, because as we know the journal more, as we know it as a planner slash journal slash making it exactly our own, those things will come through, and then be able to say, okay, I did that, and instead of leaving them blank, to be able to fill them with whatever you want to do with that. I know that in the past, Terry has said that when there's a page that she's not using it for what it was designed for, she'll cut out, like, she makes it into, excuse me, like a little vision board.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll like cut out pictures that to cover the things to make it her own. I'm like, that's amazing. Like, that's, so it's so fun to be able to know, like a 21-day challenge. Why
Yeah.
not?
And it's interesting too because like a few months back, one of the growth hours was Coach K's, and she talked about positive intelligence.
Yeah.
And my two main saboteurs
Yep.
are pleaser and stickler. So it's
Mm,
like with the journal, it's like the pleaser part of me wants to do everything the way you've designed it, and the stickler part of me is like, that's not
yeah.
what that page says. So I'm learning to just embrace, like,
Yes.
that's okay. It
Yes.
doesn't need to be right. It can be for me.
Yes. That's so amazing. I mean, that is the number one intention of the journal, is that it draws out exactly what you need. And so to be able to have the ideas and put them out there, but to know, okay, this is what I need, so I'm going to use it for this. So that's so awesome. I love
Yeah.
it.
So more from the perspective of like, how can this page support me this month?
Yes. Yes, that's awesome. That would be a really great thing to put continuously in the letter, to be able to say, how will this journal and planner support you? You know, make sure that this is the initial thought, and then here's what, we've designed it for. Yeah.
Right, like a guide as opposed to like a
Yes. You've got to do
yeah.
it this way. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Maybe it's a, yeah. Yeah. I like that. I love that. That's awesome. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for everyone who's watching it on the replay. Hashtag replay, share with us your thoughts. Excuse me. And we're at 9:50. Excuse me. I'm not going to end on a yawn. I'm going to end with a smile. So here we go.